Come on, go live. So can't really. What's up? No. Showtime calls for doors closed. So nobody's this week. There's really not a whole lot going on right now. I mean, I guess we're down to like the final four of the World Cup, which is like France, Croatia, Belgium. NBA Summer League's going on right now. Our first look at all the rookies that are out there. One that's standing out, not because he's playing well, but because of the strength, is Trae Young. And a lot of people were kind of predicting this, that he was going to get into the league and either suck or, just be good at passing and nothing else. And the stream's a little frozen maybe down here. Yeah, I don't know what happened down there. I think my phone's just being a piece. Getting a new phone, yay. Hey, for everybody out there, never buy a Galaxy J series. Those are junk. That's what the J stands for. That's what I have, and like my phone's like frozen right now in the middle of the stream. Yeah. I have to get that going. But yeah, shooting has been awful so far. It's 6 in like the first 2 games. That's pathetic. People are still holding out hope that he's going to be a good passer and maybe, be like an assist king over actually scoring points. Ah, yes, somebody who's going to have conversation with me. What's up, Tarek? No, he's not going to more than 2 seconds at a time. What up, Don? Is everybody just struggling to like connect to this, or what? Beyond here, Joe. Well, anywho, back to the summer league stuff. Grayson Allen's doing his normal, be getting in scuffles with people already. Who thought it was a good idea to draft him? I don't know. But I do not think he was a first or second round draft pick. Grayson Allen should have been like league pickup. The big game that everybody has been talking is DeAndre Ayton and Marvin Bagley, Suns Kings. And we actually had that on. I was watching that the other day, and Ayton looked pretty good, but Marvin Bagley's looked really well recently as well. So looks like both of those guys are going to turn out being pretty good. But then again, it is summer league. You make conclusions already in summer. Yeah. A lot of these players, okay, but most of you aren't going to make the actual NBA roster anyways. The one kid that's on the Celtics, he looks like he could be pretty good because he's. What's this I'm seeing? Oh, Brooke Lopez signed with the Milwaukee Bucks. So there's that for you. 1-year deal, $3.4 million. See, I don't even know who's watching here because it's not telling me who's getting in here. Is all my stuff just messed up today, or what's going on? Oh, see, now it's saying that there's people here. Oh, Zaza is going to the Pistons. Julia. That's right. Bron going to LA. How do you feel about that? You like that? Good move? Do they have enough pieces around him right now with just the acquisitions of JaVale McGee and Rondo and their draft picks and the guys they already have? Is that enough for him, or does he really need somebody else like Kawhi? So does he need Kawhi or does he need somebody else? That wouldn't be a bad idea, getting Thompson away from Golden State. Yeah, I didn't even really look at the All-Star game rosters because I know there was only one person from the White Sox in contention, and Jose made it. So did Torres make it? Ah, okay. He's close. Maybe next year he'll get in. Yeah, you think so? Yeah, it's the funny thing with Popovich is like he really does not want Kawhi to leave, but it's like Kawhi's just gonna sit out if you don't rid of him. And he's asking an astronomical amount for the dude. First round draft picks, two players, and, and something else more. What is he up to, three now? Because last I saw it was two first round picks. And yeah, I did see the Mello to Houston stuff. Ooh, some hockey talk. Okay, so why the Sabres? What do you think they're doing to really get to that point? Because right now I really do not think they're there. Really hungry. I need to snack on this trail mix. That's it. Wouldn't be a bad pick in the first round of fantasy. It's probably going to be their day one starter. Yeah, he's a good player. I don't think that's enough for you to get Buffalo all the way to the Stanley Cup. I have no idea what that says. Though it seems as every time somebody writes in Cyrillic like that, if I say Strasvutia, then they start speaking English. Dude, I wish I knew how to read Cyrillic. It's a cool language. Or alphabet, I guess. Yes, I would say that's very wishful thinking. The Sabres' best shot of recent memory had to be one of the seasons they had Evander Kane, because they had good enough offense to be able to score enough goals to keep up. Well, thank you. You have a good night as well. I do not follow boxing. I can't get into it. Literally in my lifetime, the two full boxing matches I have watched is Pacquiao and what's his nuts. See, I can't even think what his name is right now. And the same guy that fought McGregor. What is his name? Mayweather. I watched Mayweather Pacquiao and Mayweather McGregor, and both of those fights were so pathetic that I never want to watch another boxing match in my life. No, not at all. There's nothing on here that makes a big difference because everybody obviously already knows Durant re-signed, Paul George re-signed, Chris Paul re-signed, DeAndre Jordan to the Mavericks, Ariza's going back to the Suns, Derrick Rose going back to Timberwolves. Everybody knows about LeBron. Lance Stevenson going to the Lakers, JaVale McGee, Rondo, DeMarcus Cousins, Ray Felton, he's going to the Thunder. Yeah, there's really nothing on here exciting aside from what everybody already knows. And a lot of that stuff is just people re-signing. Excuse me. So, NBA free agency, nothing really going on. Yeah, there's not a whole lot going on in the sports world. This is a difficult time. See, like, I want to do another podcast too, but it's like I don't know what exactly I would talk about because I try to make the podcasts like close to an hour long, and you can't even really do anything with that. Keeps freezing. Go figure. Hey, if you want to go buy Eli Manning's Super Bowl 42 helmet, it's up for auction. Go spend about $1 million on that. Yeah, so with that, Kevin Knox, I heard that like a couple people said it was a bad pick, and then yeah, that's true. It could just be a practice helmet. It says on ESPN his actual Super Bowl helmet, but who knows? But yeah, I heard that like people were saying that the Kevin Knox pick was not a good pick, and then there was like a kid that was like, Kevin Knox," and that went viral. But then who got in trouble? Oh, Hmm. I don't remember that one. That's funny. Just trying to make some money. Yeah, so there was a thing that were like when they drafted him, there was like a picture of this kid like crying because of it, which I feel like that happened to get like a year or so ago. So maybe it was just a reused picture. And then I was like reading on Twitter, there was like some people saying it was a bad pick. And then there was a ton of people like, seriously, why are you saying this is a terrible pick? And like, what, using that one picture of that one kid doesn't represent us as an entire fan base. It was probably the same kid, and they just reused the picture this year. Yeah, as I say, I thought it happened like a year or two ago. So yeah, it was when Porzingis got drafted. But now the dude, yeah, I remember that kid's now like the biggest Porzingis fan ever. He's like, I'm sorry. Knox did. I saw that he did, or I saw that he played pretty good. Yeah, it's summer league. You can't react too much to that. Well, I mean, that's kind of what you want out of these like guys that you just drafted or expecting to be stars. So they get into the summer league and light it up and look better than everybody because everybody else is kind of scrub and probably not that good. They're just trying to make it onto the roster, even though they know it's not going to happen. So the helmet will surpass $130,000. It will become the highest sold at auction. So apparently, it's a professional auction set, and they've figured out like between the fake and the real helmets, and they apparently have confirmed that this is the real helmet. So what else is going on right now? This is a tough time to talk about sports because there's like nothing happening. Nothing. So since we have like nothing to talk about, I'm like scrolling through this article about forgotten NFL quarterbacks and like what they do now. It's kind of funny. It was also kind of funny to see who these people say are like forgotten players. Like a lot of these guys, you know what happened. They just kind of disappeared because nobody wanted them anymore. Like Drew Bledsoe, Vince Young. Like people know what happened there. They got beat out. Or they sucked. Trent Green, that one's kind of funny. Chad Pennington was a bull rider. It's hilarious. Oh, he's a bull breeder, not a rider. Nobody really wants to talk about anything today. We can talk about whatever. I know there's not a whole lot of exciting things going on right now in the middle of July, sports wise. No. Portland abbreviation. Flag of Portland. That's cool. You know, I thought these hats would kind of like wouldn't go over very well because they always have like the weird city flag on there that doesn't go with like the team colors. Like obviously this one doesn't. Green, like this looks like it should be like the flag of Seattle, and like the Supersonics could have it on their hat. But no, I think it's cool how they incorporated all this stuff in here. You know, and like the little pins that they have for every team too. It's cool. I didn't really. I was thinking about getting the one for the Celtics, and that one I didn't really like that one. Let's take a look at. Let's see. It was like gray. I didn't like that. It looked dumb. Yeah, the Celtics one. Let's see. There we go. Better. Yeah, it only has the one patch on there for their first title, and like the Boston flag looks terrible. And yeah, and that one's a snapback. This one's fitted. I hate snapbacks. And it's just got like the Celtics logo on there again. So it's like you're buying a hat that's got the logo on there like three times. Like the pin that's on this one, the pin for that one's pretty cool, but it's basic, you know, it's just a clover. Yeah, these other ones are any cool. No, I don't want the jerseys. See, the Bulls one's kind of funny because it's the pin that's on there just says Chi-Town. Hey, that's weird looking to me. Yeah, then it just says Chicago 66. Chicago flag, which doesn't have a gold lining around it, but they put it on this hat anyway. What else we got here? Here's the Lakers. Yeah, their pin is sunglasses. Ooh, Hollywood. Lakers logo, California flag. Again, in like a gold trim, doesn't have that. Real life. 48, first title. Hello, and I'm about the same age as you. You never said anything. I didn't know you were here. So the Knicks hat's kind of cool. I don't like the pin because it just says New York forever. That looks very touristy. But then like the patches on the side actually like go with the rest of message retracted. Why are you retracting your messages now? Can you form like actual sentences? Yeah, the Knicks one's cool and like their flag actually matches up to like the colors of the team, you know, the blue, white, and orange. So that's cool. Why do you keep retracting your messages? What are you doing here? I'm on YouTube. I don't know what they're doing. They like write something and then let it sit there for a minute and then take it off. Doing that. The pin for the Warriors one's done. It just says the Bay. Some of the pins look dumb. Of course, you know, like Toronto's is Maple Leaf because Canada. And their pins don't look bad either. You know, it's got the Canadian flag on there. Alternative Raptors logo. It just looks better when you got the flag that matches with the rest of the hat too. What I think Cleveland says the land for their pin, which yeah, not anymore. Yeah, the land. Yeah, no, not anymore. LeBron's gone. You ain't got nothing. The Wizards one is kind of cool. Their pin, you know, the district. Who cares? Some of them are dumb. It's like okay, the King's hat looks pretty sweet. All gray. It's like that light gray, silvery color. And their pin's just the pin for like the California bear, like it's on their flag. I think it's funny that all the California teams have the flag of California as their like city flag on there instead of the flag for the actual cities of you know like LA, Oakland, Sacramento. See, and then the Pacers one, the checkered flag. You know, let's just keep putting racing in there. Yeah, it is funny, Donald, because Indiana can't anything but racing in basketball, apparently. Don, what are you doing, dude? I like the Bucks one, Fear the Deer. I don't know what I would ever wear that with, though. You know, color wise. I love that you guys are still giving me hearts, even though we're not talking about anything because there's nothing to talk about. Does anybody have anything you guys want to discuss? Any like free agents or hello, how are you? I'm doing pretty good. There's not a whole lot of things to like talk about right now in this off season. So, well, off season for most sports. So it's kind of boring right now, and then nobody's like saying anything. You right? I just like me some Damian Lillard. Yeah, there's baseball to talk about, but there's not like a whole lot going on. You can just basically go through and say, okay, here's the scores for today, and that's it. It's not like anybody's getting traded or nobody's injured. I mean, we had the All Star starters announced today, but who really cares about All Star games in any sport? I'd be fine with that. I'm just glad that it's not going to be Celtics or Cavs Warriors again, because that was getting so old, and it didn't need to happen. It didn't need to happen more than twice. I didn't even watch a single game of the finals because I didn't want either one of those teams to win. Celtics Warriors, that might actually be interesting. I don't think the Celtics swept. Seeing how many people think that the Western Conference final is going to be the Warriors and the Lakers. Well, if playoff seeding allows, he's done unless he joins the Warriors. And I'd be fine with that. Maybe that's why he's going to LA so that he can live out the rest of his days in Hollywood and have a beach view, beach visits, whatever you want to say. Yeah, stay in crap hole Cleveland. Yeah, the Warriors are ridiculous. Like the NBA needs to just actually say something, be like, you cannot sign free agents for the next like 3 years. Once you lose 3 of your 5 starting all NBA team, you need to get out of here. Looking for a feature in LA. I mean future. Like building life. Kid's gonna go to UCLA for a year or something. Yeah, like why would that even be allowed? I could see if they drafted all those guys, which they drafted 3 of them. But Durant and Cousins, really, you don't need that. Right, that's what I'm saying. Like those 3, that's fine because they drafted them and developed them into really good players. And then going out and signing one of the best players in the league that you didn't even need because you already won a title and beat him with his own big 3. Well, I guess Harden was gone by then, but yeah, Durant and now Cousins. Which they didn't need either one of those 2. Exactly. I mean, they only had the three. Well, when they won the first one, they didn't even have three All-Stars because I think it was just Clay and Steph, and Draymond was like second team or something. And now it's like, yeah, I know. I heard that too, Donald, from somebody else. I don't know why. It doesn't tell me anything. It just keeps going with it. How about them Mets? They have the worst record in the National League East, or at least last I saw. Oh, most definitely. Yeah, Stanton probably gets voted in somehow to the All Star game. Yeah, Westbrook and Paul George, they got the next couple years together, so we'll figure something out. They need to get a couple more guys around them. Steven Adams is about the only other guy that they got that's pretty good right now. If they would have kept, um, what's his nuts? It's in Indiana right now. I can't think of what his name is for some reason. In their postseason, he actually went to Indiana and still get Paul George. And yeah, if Durant was there too, the Thunder would have won a title by now. Seeing that Thunder, win however many titles at, you don't think they would have won? Oh, Fortnite's the new sport now, but you're not even playing it because you're done for the season. See, it sucks to say that about Westbrook though, because it's like he's so good, but he like chases teammates away. I don't know, but it was a lot. He takes a lot of shots in general. He gets the ball, he's taking a shot for the most part. Am I where? I'm here, right here. I mean, you look at who else they were there. Well, yeah, but are you really going to improve a whole lot with Melo? Like, dude's old now. He's just average. He's not like good Melo anymore. People are already trying to start the hoodie Melo stuff again because he did a little shoot around practice thing and he looked good. People are like, oh, Melo's looking good. It's like, okay, no, we're not having hoodie Melo again. Stop that. Yeah, but that's half the NBA. They just kind of get in the way. They don't really try too hard. And Donald, your comment about the off season. Fortnite has no off season. The season's still going. Melo's washed up. They should have Melo coming off the bench if you want him to be good. Have him come in for those have a couple of like short spurts, and he'll be fine. But having him start and playing a good chunk of the game, it wouldn't. You should go to the big three. Yeah, might as well. He'd be like the best player. He's up there in that age. Hello. I never get to see the big three games. Yeah, well, yeah, the big three games, they're like not very pop, or like they don't have them on TV around this area often. And when they do, most of the time I'm unable to watch them anyways. Is it? They take it seriously. Well, yeah, it's probably about the only source of income they've got coming right now. Most of those guys. Grayson Allen's garbage and should not have even been drafted. And send him to the G League to be a dick. Don't let him ruin the NBA by pushing people around and getting in fights and trying to act innocent. And he already started. And it's freezing up again. What is up? See, this one I know freezes because I can see it. These two, though, I have no idea. Better than any All Star games with the big three? Probably. Really? That's annoying. I know this one just turned off, so I'm turning that one back on. All Star game is trash in like any sport. Yeah, so I don't know why this one keeps going off, but I think it's partly due to my phone. It also doesn't help that the internet provider I have with this apartment is just absolute awful. I mean, they cut their own one of their own internet lines one day, and then they like messaged all of us. And they're like, "Hey guys, sorry, we cut a line. We'll have it back soon." And it was like out for a day and a half. Like, who does that? And who takes that long to fix it? Obviously, you need internet. Not that way in the 80s because they actually tried. Now they know. Now everybody knows. Thank you. Now everybody knows that like you go to an all-star game, you're getting paid a ton of money just to fart around, basically just to be there. So if you go out there and just fart around and throw up some stupid shots, you'll be fine. It's all good. Now they're all worried about don't get hurt because then you could end your career. Who's my provider? Connectivity U, the only provider for universities. Yeah, I'm on a college campus. So they're like aside from like Xfinity. Oh, thank you. There's another one on the other side of it. It's a master ball. I got this charger here too. Yeah, aside from like Xfinity and yeah, that's about it. Aside from Xfinity, Connectivity use like the only internet provider. Props to you, bud. Don't ruin it by ratting her out. What's the topic? What do you want it to be? There's not a whole lot going on in the sports world right now, so we're just kind of chit chatting about whatever. Some dude on the YouTube stream thinks he's having relations with a teacher. I mean, there's no proof. No topics to talk about. That is quite the name, and I think it's hilarious. Big horny Russian guy. We talk about anything right now, guys. I know the sports world is dead right now. Hopefully, basketball doesn't start the same crap as the NFL. Oh, you boycotted last year. See, I couldn't do it. I have to watch it. Do I agree with it? Not really, but I got to watch. I got to see. Can't do this without watching. Can't base a whole show off of. Plus, as a media provider or a source of media, you're supposed to be unbiased. Yeah, which is fine. It gets my ratings up. Oh, 100%. Yeah, sports is not about politics. I made a post a while ago when those people were like grappling down from a Panthers game, and they had that banner that said like boycott whatever bank that is, the U.S. bank or whatever. And I was like, seriously, like sports are for people to like, enjoy. You relax, take a break, have fun, go to the game, and hang out and chill. You're not worried about politics while you're watching or at a sporting event. Exactly, and you got politics and everything else in pretty much every other aspect of your life. And just give us this one thing. But no, everybody has to invade it with politics because that's what the entire world has to revolve around these days. Exactly. That's the point of sports. Relax, chill, get hyped for your team. You don't have to worry about who's, what player voted for who and what do they support. Like, who cares? And now they all think, oh, I'm going to use this as a platform. I'm like, yeah, you're using it as a platform to be annoying now. Like, yeah, you probably got a good message. You're probably trying to do something good, but now you're just being annoying because you're like, who was it? Malcolm Jenkins that had that like press conference where he's like holding the signs up. It's like, yeah, I get it, but now everybody, you're making a spectacle of yourself, and nobody's going to talk about what you're trying to talk about. Everybody's going to talk about what you did, not the thing that you're trying to actually accomplish here. And that's what I wish some of these guys would understand. Is like nobody cares about the thing you're trying to talk about. Everybody just wants to talk about what you did. Like the White House visits, nobody cares that it's because they feel whatever towards the president. There's like, oh, you didn't want to go. Let's talk about that. They didn't want to go. How rude. World Cup. You see, here in the United States, nobody really cares. I would be perfectly fine with France winning. I haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to it because, like I just said, nobody really cares. But I guess I wanted either France or Russia to win. Now that Russia's out, France better take it home. Though I'd be fine with any of them winning it really because it's like it's England and Belgium and France and Croatia. So yeah, did not want Neymar to win it. Dude looks like an idiot out there half the time, rolling around faking injuries. Um, most of those big name soccer guys know I don't want you to win it. You make enough money and do enough of everything, get enough of everything else in your little club leagues. You don't need that. Let the World Cup be for the world and not you. Especially like if Brazil would have ended up winning it, they would have said it's all Neymar and nobody else. And I'm like, Neymar wins the World Cup. It's like, yeah, he rolled himself into the goal with the ball. Yeah. If a team like that wins, they don't make it about the team. They make it about a specific player. And like out of the teams that are left, I haven't heard anything about like one specific player aside from that Kane from England. And even him, it's like he's not like his massive name. It's just because he's playing well in the World Cup. from what I have, from what I understand of it. There's an article about how Ty Lue is passing the torch on to Luke Walton, the LeBron torch. I do indeed watch hockey. Bots, get out of here. I just recently moved in to this apartment. Normally, I've got like flags and banners and stuff everywhere. Previous shows, you can see a Blackhawks flag behind me. Yeah, it kind of does. It's the logo for the Portland Trailblazers. This is like what some people do, and I don't get it. Maybe it's the other. No, it's about the same thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's like this, and I'm like, it doesn't look like the logo, but whatever. Oh man, everybody's leaving, and there's nothing to talk about. Hey, Travis Pastrana, he did the thing where he did the evil stunts, and he did them all. Good for him. No, she likes and shares it, but she doesn't actually watch it. No, just one. Don, are you gonna play Fortnite tonight? Maybe I'll get on after this and play with you. No, you're just not gonna answer me. There you go. He's on, but he'll have a full squad and not want to play. Plus, it's getting close to his bedtime. He came over last night And didn't we play? Yeah, we played with you. Yeah, come like 1 o'clock. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so tired. We gotta get off." I'm like, "All right." Okay, well, yeah, okay, whatever you say, Donald. Yeah, well, since there's not a whole lot of people on here no more, and there's not really a whole lot to talk about at this stage of the year because there's nothing really sports-wise going on aside for free agency and baseball. We're just gonna go ahead and hop off here. We've been on about an hour. That's some quality footage, I suppose. It was decent. But yeah, so I guess we'll be back next week, and hopefully something happens this week, and we can actually. Well, I know we'll have the can't talk should have the matchup for the World Cup final. So maybe we can talk about that a little bit. Maybe I'll watch the 2 games and see what happens. Maybe. Other than that, yeah, I guess we'll just come back next week and maybe have a better conversation. All right, so have a good week, everybody.